your C-130 takes off here.
I'm meeting with the mission's intelligence officer, Wade Ishimoto.
How granular was the intelligence?
Candidly, the intelligence was not all that good. I characterize it as being sufficient to conduct the mission, but we didn't have all the details that we might have liked to have had under different circumstances.
Let's take a look at the mission itself.
C-130s would come out of Mazir Island off the coast of the Oman. I was in the lead aircraft.
And then you have helicopters that were coming in.
Yeah, 8 helicopters would lift off the USS Nimitz. Then the plan was to gather at a refueling site called Desert One. On the way in, one of the helicopters had a safety failure. It landed, the aircraft was abandoned. Another helicopter went down, picked up the crew, and they rejoined in formation.
What was the minimum number of helicopters you needed?
We needed to lift off from Desert One with 6 flyable helicopters. We're down to 7 at that point in time. The first C-130 landed successfully at Desert One. Robert Rubio, ranger assigned to me on the roadblock team, came up on a motorcycle, and we saw a bus coming down the road. We fired a grenade round in front of the bus, which stopped it. On board were over 40 passengers.
All civilians?
All civilian. They were taken under control. None of them were harmed. Rubio and I continued down the dirt road. We got to a bend in it when all of a sudden we see lights of a vehicle coming down on us. I opened fire on that vehicle, which I knew was a truck because of the height and spread of the lights. I ordered Rubio to fire his light anti-tank weapon. The next words out of my mouth are, "Holy hell, a fuel truck."
The Iranian fuel truck driver escapes and flees in a trailing vehicle.
Flames start gushing up over 100 feet into the air.
And at this point, you're thinking what?
I'm thinking, what the hell else can go wrong? So the helicopters are flying in. They encounter suspended dust. One turns back and flies back to the Nimitz. Now we're down to 6.
Okay, 6 is the minimum. So there's really no more room for error.
Correct.
Okay.
So they come in, they array behind 3 EC-130s. They take on fuel, and we're ready to continue the mission. The commander of the helicopters checks and finds one with a hydraulic pump glowing red, and he knows it's imminent failure. He reports that, and the decision is made to abort the rescue mission.
When informed at the White House, President Carter officially terminates the mission.
So walk us through what happens next.
The plan is to fly the helicopters back. The helicopter up at the top, for what inexplicable reason, proceeds forward, loses control. It crashes into the EC-130. 5 of the Air Force crew are killed. 3 of the helicopter crew on the back end are killed.
Wade and the surviving soldiers escape while Desert One still smolders. President Carter breaks the terrible news to the American people.
Late yesterday, I canceled a carefully planned operation which was underway in Iran. It was my decision to attempt the rescue operation. The responsibility is fully my own.
How did you process it?
When I saw that wreckage, the 8 that perished, I was stunned. I just didn't know what the hell to say.
What lessons were learned from the failure at Desert One?
The need for better intelligence, in particular on the part of the Department of Defense. More resources and more allocation of personnel to do a better job than what we had experienced.